Good morning. This is your girl, Kotiri, and welcome back to my channel, My Opinions Vlog. Y'all know I have made it to work early. I'm in the parking lot, so I'm going to go ahead and do this quick video. I'm a little bit behind. Y'all know I can only do videos on my way to work or before I get to work or when I have free time, when I'm not tending to my kids. I'm a mother of two. I put my family, my man, my life priority before I do any social media content. A lot of you guys know this, but good morning. Let's go ahead and talk about Jay-Z. Now, y'all know Jay-Z on Sunday at the Grammys, he accepted his Dr. Dre Global Impact Award that night, and he gave a very, very good speech. Now, a lot of people did not like the speech that he gave because they thought it was going to be just about, his life, his career, like they always do, thanking certain people that helped him in the industry. But he turned that speech around and he decided to drop some gems and give his thoughts about people who work so hard, on their albums, and people who work so hard as an artist sometimes don't get the accolade that they deserved. So he kind of, took us back and we went into, a little bit of Grammy history. And he was just saying that I believe the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith, and DJ Jeff, the one that played alongside in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that was his best friend. They were the first black men to win a Grammys back in, I think he said 1988 or 1989. Baby, don't hold me accountable, okay? I don't have the information in front of me. But I think when I heard, that's what he stated. He also gave a timeline when he first got his Grammys back in 1998. And I think he was running up against DMX. And he said DMX had two phenomenal albums that charted, that made it on the billboards at number one. So that means that his album sales did a lot better than Jay-Z. And Jay-Z felt like DMX should have gotten that Grammy, that 1998, but DMX did not get the Grammy. They gave it to Jay-Z. He also pointed that out. So he was just kind of saying that you could work very, very hard. You could be the best of the best. You can chart. You can get the numbers, and that still don't count. They'll still give it to whoever they want to give it to. This is basically what Jay-Z was saying. Like he didn't kind of really say, black artists, celebs, but that's what he was saying. Not everybody get their due diligence and get they deserve. He also called the Grammys out on behalf of his wife, Beyonce. Now, Beyonce, come on now, that Renaissance album, let's be honest, that was number one. Mostly all Beyonce single project albums have made it to number one. She is really, really great, okay, at what she does, okay? Her music has an impact on the middle class generation, also the younger class of generations. Okay, her music is not derogatory. Her music is just R&B soul, you know what I'm saying? Or some people say R&B, hip hop. But like I said, her music kind of sticks. A lot of people love them some Beyonce. She is an icon in her own right. I understand what I forgot my lady name. I forgot the older artist had stated in an interview some years back. She did not feel that Beyonce is an icon, right now, but she needs to work on it. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't think of her name, but she had made that comment. They asked her how she felt, but to me, I'm gonna say Beyonce is an icon. Everybody have their opinion, but he spoke on behalf of his wife about her. Mind you, Beyonce got 32 Beyonce has and won 32 Grammys in her career. And that's including her being a solo artist, also her being a group artist. And I believe she won some Grammys, I think, for being a producer or something like that. But we'll say in 3 categories, she won a total of 32 Grammys, okay? Now, they said she is the highest winning Grammy artist in this time. So she got more Grammys, she got way more Grammys than Taylor Swift. Now, Taylor Swift, I believe this is her 4th Grammy as Album of the Year. I think that's her 4th time being nominated for Best Album of the Year. Beyonce has not yet to win Best Album of the Year, and this has bothered her husband, Jay-Z. So in his acceptance speech, when he accepted his Grammy, he decided to give us a history of the Grammys, when he first won his Grammys, and let the Grammys know that, my wife have not won Album of the Year Grammy. What's up with that? Now, a lot of people did not like this. People felt like Jay-Z had a Kanye West moment. Now, y'all know a couple of years ago, I can't give y'all the year, but remember when Kanye West was the host, okay? He was basically presenting Taylor Swift with her Grammy. And he presented her with her Grammy, but he kind of stole the mic for her in a very rude, improper way. And he was just saying that Beyonce deserved to win that Grammy instead of Taylor Swift. And it took a lot of people back. She was hurt. I heard backstage she was crying. She was distraught. Even President Obama at the time, came after Kanye West. And I think he called him a jackass when Kanye West did this in front of millions of viewers and also hundreds of guests at the Grammys. They felt like it was piss poor what he done. It was rude and disrespectful. And yes, in my opinion, it was. Because you kind of stole the spotlight from her, and rightfully so, she won that Grammy. Whether you felt like another artist should have won that Grammy at that time, he should have not done that. The difference between him and Jay-Z, Jay-Z was nominated. He won his Grammy. So he did a acceptance speech, which is fair game. People may not like his delivering what he said, but he did it the right way. He didn't also say that Taylor Swift did not deserve it, compared to what Kanye West said. He was just kind of saying Beyonce deserved it instead of Taylor Swift. So no, those two are not the same. But a lot of people feel indifference, which everybody's entitled to their opinion. You understand? But if you ask me, I felt like Jay-Z did it the proper way. Now, we can go ahead and agree to disagree. Kanye West did it in a very distasteful manner. I thought that was very, very rude, the way that he did that. Now, I follow Plies on my personal Facebook page for many years. Plies is a character. He's very comical. He speaks the truth. You know what I'm saying? I love when, Plies give motivational speeches on his Facebook and also his Twitter posts. Now, he stated this the night of the Grammys, or it could have been, the next day, Monday, February the 6th. But when I seen it, it was that Monday. Now, this is what Plies had to say. He says, and he posted on his Twitter, "White folks don't care about not being accepted by black folks shit, the BET Award. So why black folks care so much about being accepted by white folks shit, the Grammys, ? And he's right. This is what Plies posted because of the outrage people have for the Grammys. They feel like, the Grammys is kind of a little bit racist in a way, prejudice against certain black artists, and they pick and choose who they want to nominate. And it's been going on for years. A lot of people have been calling the Grammys out, which rightfully so they have a right to. But I agree with Plies. You don't really see white celebs or artists, making a big deal about them not being accepted in the BET black community. Like most black artists, they bicker about and they complain about the Grammys, which, mostly, created by white folks. Let's be honest. You understand? They don't complain much as black people complain about them not being, treated fairly at the Grammys. So Plies is right. I 100% agree. You don't really hear no white celebrity, whether they are a actor, actress, entertainer, artist, musician. You don't hear no white counterparts complain about not being invited to the BET Awards or not being nominated at the BET Awards. And that's true. And that's a BET Hip Hop Awards and a regular BET Awards. You don't hear them complain at all. But it is always the black artists that always have the most pushback and the most to say about the Grammys, Oscars, Tonys, Emmys when they don't win, when they're not selected or chosen. Now, let's be honest, y'all. Y'all know these award show has a lot of bigotry involved. It's a lot of behind-the-scenes racism and favoritism that plays a big part at these award shows. And I'm like Plies, you know what I'm saying? Why waste my time going? If I know, they do things in an unfavorable manner, I'm not going to go give them a click and a view. I'm not going to watch. I personally have not watched the Grammys in many of years. I'm in my mid-30s. I have not watched the Grammys literally since I was a teenager. So that says a lot. That's almost 18 years. I don't watch the Grammys. And it's not because I feel like, they have a hidden racist agenda. I'm not interested in the Grammys. That's just that. And I'm like Plies, if they treating your favorite artists and they kind of like, playing favoritism towards certain white musicians, why watch? Why support? Same thing like the Oscars. I don't watch the Oscars, Emmys, none of that. And that's my choice. Now, this is another post that Plies had posted regarding the Grammys. People want them to be blackballed, particularly the black community. He stated black folks tune into the Grammys every year just to complain about how unfair it is. Then we'll be right in front of the TV next year watching it just to do the same thing. Sometimes I think we just paying freaks. Quotation marks. Exactly. I do think a lot of us are paying freaks. We like to see, our favorite artists get mistreated. I don't want to watch it. If you know that, racism plays a part in, the Grammys Awards show, I personally believe so. We can agree to disagree. I personally believe so. But now, back to Beyonce. Now, Beyonce, you don't want 32 Grammys. You, the highest winning Grammy, how many Grammys do you need? This is not even about Beyonce. We just talking about regular artists who work very hard and now have gotten a Grammy that deserve a Grammy. We're not even talking about Beyonce because she's sitting on 32 Grammys. I understand she didn't win Album of the Year, but still, she's the highest winning Grammy earner. So I don't understand. It's a lot of, undeserved, not undeserved. It's a lot of artists that, gets mistreated that's not appreciated with the hard work and the commitment they put into their album. Like we're going to call Nicki Minaj. Even though Nicki Minaj is a nuisance. Grammy in her earlier career. Some people may say now, but she still should have won a Grammy. It don't matter. Nicki Minaj deserves a Grammy. A lot of people don't like her mouth, but she deserves a Grammy. I don't know. I don't see how she haven't won a Grammy. I think David DeVito, they said he haven't won a Grammy either. SZA just won her first Grammy. What's up with that? And SZA, most of her albums been fine. See, that's what I'm saying. So we already know the same thing like the Oscars. It took almost Miss Angela Bassett been an actress for about, I'll say 40 years. Almost 40 years. I think she's been acting in her early 80s. In the early 80s or mid-80s. Almost 40 years. She's just won her first Oscars in 2024. And I feel like she didn't win it in the right category. They just kind of gave her the Oscars so people don't, because they could shut up about it. Angela Bassett is one of the most sought after actresses in Hollywood. Black actresses in Hollywood. And she just now winning an Oscar? Are you kidding me? So, of course, there's a lot of prejudice and racism behind these award shows. But why support? Why continue supporting? Drake have called them out. Now, Drake have a few Grammys under his belt as well. But I know his, sister, she has not had one. And now he haven't had one in the recent years. So he feels a type of way. But I feel like the only person who got a dog in this fight is for the ones who have not won a Grammy. If you want one or two, shit, you won a Grammy. At least you won a Grammy. But that's all I got to say. I don't want to, talk about this too long, y'all. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.